Hello everybody, it's me, Miss Bobby. Peace, love, and light to everyone. I'm just doing a very quick update on the HCG journey that I'm on. Today is Sunday, which is my very first low-calorie day, low-calorie meals that I'll be eating. I just wanted to let y'all know how my loading days went for everyone who's checking in. Normally with the HCG program, you do 2 days of loading. I did 3. I did Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then I did the day after Christmas, which was yesterday. My starting weight, and this is going to be so funny, you guys. My starting weight Christmas Eve was 304 even. And Friday, I weighed in at 305. Yesterday, I weighed in at 306. And this morning, I weighed in at 304.5. So I actually lost weight in my loading day. Now, this could be for a lot of different reasons. I have heard people say that they've lost weight in their loading days. This is nothing for me to be alarmed about. Again, before I started HCG, I had already started eating more healthier and cleaner. So I have kind of kickstarted my metabolism. I also had a decent sleep last night. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. And everyone who knows, if you're sleeping, if you're resting, then your body is also burning fat. That is what your body does. It heals you and it burns fat while you're sleeping. So that is not a really major shock to me, even though it's a shock to me, if that kind of makes sense. So I started at 304. And after my 3 loading days, I ended up at 304.5. So I'm not mad because that just kind of lets that I have less to lose of what I would have gained during the loading days. So now that the loading days are over, I'm officially starting at 304.5. That is my official start weight. Today we'll start my eating low-calorie meals. And like I say, everyone does their protocol different. I will not lie to you. It calls for 2 meals with meat and veggies, and then you have 2 servings of fruit. Some people do their fruit with their meals. Some people use it separate, considering that they're only doing 2 meals, so they kind of turn their fruit into like a snack for them. Because of my sugar issues, I normally do 3 meals. Very, very small. I still kind of keep within my calorie intake that I've set myself on. However, this morning, because sorry y'all, Rosemary is here, it's that time of the month, I'm not feeling all that hot. So I kind of did like a half a cup of coffee with my wife before she went to work. I got some medicine down that didn't need it to be taken with food. I've been enjoying my water. And now because I have to take some medicine that requires food and I still don't want to eat anything, I'm going to go ahead and indulge in an apple. And then I'll take my medicine. I have some meat unthawing that's not going to take long to prepare. That's going to be my first meal, which is probably going to be a thin chicken breast, and either broccoli or cabbage. That is what's going to be my very first meal, which is probably just going to be maybe an hour or 2 from now. And it's 11 o'clock now, so I'm going to be eating somewhere between 12:30 and 1:30, so lunchtime. I'll have a snack, which will be another fruit in between that, and then I'll do my dinner as late or as early as I want, just being honest with you, because I stay up pretty late at night, just depending on what time my wife gets off. So I have time for my food to kind of semi-break down and digest, and then, which nobody wants to eat and lay down on their food, regardless of what your schedule is. So I would definitely not eat at 8 o'clock at night if my plan is to lay down at 8:30. But I'm somebody who stays up hella late, so yeah. Also, I wanted to bring to your attention, you should be weighing your meat if you're on this journey. The food scales are not that expensive. You can get them expensive if you want, but you don't have to. This is the one that I got from Walmart 1,000 years ago. Change out the batteries and it still works perfectly. And it has 3 different units on it: kilograms, grams, and ounces. You want to depending on your protocol, mine says 100 grams. If you want to translate that over into ounces, I don't know what that is right offhand, but yeah, so 100 grams. Also, this particular program tells you to weigh your meat raw, not cooked. I have seen people programs that say cook your food then weigh it. So I mean, hey, by the way, it doesn't say anything about having to weigh your vegetables, weigh your fruit. You do want to kind of maintain, if it says, depending on what protocol you're on, if it says small apple versus medium or large, or if it says a handful of a certain size of strawberries and stuff like that. But just in general, when it comes to your vegetables, I do know they say they don't want you to mix vegetables. So like I wouldn't do broccoli and cabbage in the same sit down meal. What I would do is I would do chicken and broccoli for lunch, and I could do chicken and cabbage for dinner, or chicken and broccoli for lunch and steak and cabbage for dinner. Like you want to mix it up because you don't want your body to get used to the same, because then it's not as effective. If your body knows what you're doing, then it's not going to react to it. You know, that's the same thing with kind of like working out. If I jog every single day, of course, the first initial few times that I'm jogging, my body's like, what are you doing to me? And it's going to react. And of course, the reaction is my muscles will be sore and I may lose weight. But if I do the same type of jog, the same length, the same pace, every single day, eventually I'm not going to be tired after that jog. My muscles are not going to be sore after that jog, and I'm not going to lose any more weight after that jog, because I'm doing the same old same old. Your body reacts to your food the same exact way. Make sure you change it up. Also, if you're somebody who's limited to the things that you're going to eat on any type of program or diet that you're on, like if you only are into, for instance, me, chicken, steak, shrimp. I'm not a fish person, so I'm just not finna, I'm not gonna do it. I did it once upon a time, and I did it to the point where I just can't do it anymore. So that's 3 meats. That's gonna get boring. So what I do to try to change it up, other than rotating those 3 meats, chicken, steak, shrimp, is I change up my seasonings. Now, again, do not come for me if somebody's saying, well, you have to be very careful with your seasonings because this is not allowed, this is not approved. Totally understand that, totally get that. I'm somebody who has high blood pressure, so I'm very particular about the seasonings that I use anyway. Everything that says it's healthy is not healthy. I also get that, but we're people who are starting from the bottom trying to work our way up. Make things as simple for you as possible. Do not go in as if you are a professional. Some of the stuff that we're trying to read on the back of these things that we're buying, we don't know what we're reading. We don't know what it stands for. We don't know what it means. So let's not overwhelm ourselves, because when we do stuff like that, we never take flight. We never get the diet started. We psych ourselves out before we do. So, listen to me. Pick what foods you are going to eat. Change up your seasonings just a little bit. Change up your sauce just a little bit. Do not drown your food in anything that you're using. A little of something goes a long way when you're trying to change your lifestyle, when you're trying to change your habit. I'm not asking you to go from something that's been well seasoned, well marinated, or blended up really good to bland, plain food. Nobody's asking you to do that. You gradually have to do things. There's no different than somebody who's going from coffee that has creamer and sugar in it, and you're trying to see what black coffee tastes like. If you go straight to black coffee, you're going to absolutely hate it. You have to gradually transition yourself over to that. And even people who do that still say they absolutely hate it. Some people are able to tolerate the healthier things that they're doing just because it's something healthy that they're trying to get their body to achieve. And then when they're done with it, they're done with that too. I personally have absolutely no problem eating baked or boiled or air fried food. I just prefer food that has been seasoned, or that's been marinated, or that has some type of flavor that I'm going to enjoy on my taste buds. And that's just bottom line to me. And I'm okay with one thing on my plate being semi-bland versus something else on my plate has a lot of flavor, because I can take bites of both and I can tolerate the non-flavored food as long as something on my plate is flavorful. and I'm eating something healthy all at the same time. So we have to give ourselves credit where credit is due. You have to make baby steps because when you look back, even though it took you a while, you have made progress. So I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm not in a race with anybody. I'm just kind of slow pacing it and taking care of me the best way that I know how. So, like I say, that's just kind of my update. So, I actually did not gain weight on my loading days other than the 0.5 pounds because I started at 304 and I ended at 304.5. I will do my best to put up a clipping of some of the stuff that I ate on my loading days for anybody that wants to see that. And I'm going to take probably about the next 7 days to try to take pictures of the different dishes or meals that I kind of just throw together. Some are going to be the same, you guys, to kind of give you an idea of what my meals are looking like in a day, in a week. Put that together in like a photo clipping video and then put it up. And I am supposed to weigh myself daily on this program. For some people, mental state, for their psyche, that's not necessarily good. I used to be a heavy scale whore, and I don't know if I want to do that. I will keep you updated on if I'm weighing in every day and if the scale is changing, whether in a good or bad way. I think that I have my scales in a pretty decent place in the house to where they're not fluctuating too bad. I'm in an old house, certain parts of the floor kind of lean, so I feel like it's not a stable place. It's not a leveled place, if you know what I mean. So I've tried to find an area that's secure, stable, and not necessarily in my wife's way, because I also noticed that I would find a spot that I absolutely love, and then it would be a spot that she would always forget that the scales are there and trip over it, and then it's like a not such a good day for her after that. So it's an eyelash in my eye. So yeah, so don't forget to pick up your scales if you're thinking about doing this program, because you do want to weigh your meat. Walmart has them. You don't even have to go into the store. They're still doing delivery to the door. You can do pickup. Anything that's in the store, from my understanding, you can do pickup orders for if your Walmart is offering the pickup orders. And I think delivery to the door is like maybe, if you're doing it on a business day, 5 business days. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. And like I say, I'm not promoting any drops. All I can tell you is I've had the HCG Walmart drops. I've had the 1, 2, 3, 4 HCG drops. I've had brands like programs like well-known drops. I honestly do believe anybody that's eating a restricted amount of calories per day, you're gonna see results, period. And I also believe that if you incorporate the drops that are supposed to give you the nutrients that your body's not having because of the restricted calories, you are going to have a better experience. And when I say experience, I mean like as far as the withdrawals that your body may go through, not necessarily the weight loss. I think anybody who puts themselves on a 500 to 700 calories a day, you're going to lose weight. Anybody who puts themselves on an 800 to 1200 calories a day, you're going to lose weight. And this is why. I hope everybody has made it to this point. It's 13 minutes in. If we are somebody who is maybe just roughly doing 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day, which does seem like a lot, but if you think about fast food or randomly throwing together some stuff that we got in our cabinets that's still not healthy, that at 3,000 or 4,000 calories adds up really, really quick, especially if we are eating bread and pasta. Okay? So think about if you say, hey, I'm going to take 4,000 calories that I eat a day and cut it down to 2,000. Your body's going to respond to that. Your body's going to say, what are you doing to me? You're going to be lightheaded. You're going to be hungry. You're going to be dizzy. You're going to be a lot of different things. On top of, you're taking away bread and pasta, which are things that fill you up. It gives you that sense of fullness. So now you're taking that away too. Your body's going to react to that. So whether you're on anything at all, Whether you're taking pills that your doctor's giving you, drops that you got over the counter, something that you picked up from the GNC store, if you cut your calories in half and you take away pasta, bread, heavy, starchy stuff, just stuff in general, because by the way, there's starch in everything, your body's going to react to that. So I'm just trying to see, considering that I've already been eating clean and I have seen some results. Like I say, I started at 330 earlier this year, made it down to 315. The 315 was very hard for me to get away from. And then when I hit the 300s, like I hit 300, I actually hit 299. And then I keep playing around with the 3 to the 305. Case in point, I'm 304.5. So I'm like, what's going on here? Can I please officially leave the 300s and not come back? So that's the reason why I decided to try the HCG. Can I get a good kickstart out of the 300s? Just knock me completely out of the 300s so I can say that I'm officially to something and stay there. So that was my reason for coming back to HCG. Not that I wasn't doing good on my own, not that I wasn't maintaining and seeing results. I mean, just even now, for me, because I look at myself, I'm somebody who's working on self-love, self-care, and my self-esteem. I can see the weight loss even in my face. Even when I have sinus issues and my face is swole and I'm having problems with that, or my piercings are, having issues and they give me puffiness, I can still look and see where I've lost weight. I can look at my body, and of course you're not going to be able to tell because I haven't been posting and I'm sitting down and I'm all slouched. But just in general, we have to make sure we pay attention to ourselves. It's really good when we can, take notes, make sure you're looking at everything from all different views and angles, because sometimes the scale is not going to tell you what you want to hear. Sometimes the measurements are not going to tell you what you need to hear. Sometimes it's what we see. And if we're waiting on approval from what everyone else sees, we may not get that either. You know what I mean? So it's got to always start here. I've got to see the change. And I do. So, now don't get me wrong. I already see the change. When the scale tells me that it sees a change, when my numbers that I've taken down, they show me that the change. Upon people saying, oh my God, Bobby, what are you doing? You're looking good. All of it ties in together, and it's just more motivation and more determination. But we can't wait on everything to line up to keep moving forward. We have to already have that mindset that regardless of what the scale says, what the measurement says, what the people say, we say we're going to keep moving forward. So please stay positive when it comes to whatever you're working on, whether it's yourself, whether it's your family, whether it's your business, whatever it is, just continue to do your best. Focus, because I know that's hard for a lot of people, myself included. Focus on one thing at a time. Move forward in a positive manner, and don't give up. Slow down if you need to. Don't be in such a rush. Take a break from some things if you need to, but don't give up. This has been a life journey for me. And even when I get to what I think is the ideal size, ideal weight, my ideal look, I gotta maintain it then. That's a new journey. So let's not be overwhelmed. Let's take it slow. Let's continue to support each other. Make sure your circle is full of people that love you, that support you, that care, that understand. And keep it tight, because that's really what it's all about. We don't need a world of people supporting us. Why do we need that? The more people you have in your circle, the easier it is for somebody to let you down. Find that group of people that you vibe with, that your energies are good and compatible, and rock with those people. I hope that everyone is having an awesome and blessed Sunday, and I'm sending much love, peace, and light.